You got to have that line drawn, like professional and work. Like you could even kick it with your coworkers, but it's like I always had an understanding. When I'm gone, I'm gone. If I see you out in public, I'll say what's up, but I ain't. I don't like the niggas that come visit their old job. What are you doing?
That's the person that honestly was. I felt like they were either a part of the family or they were accepted, because some people are accepted as part of the family.
For sure.
Yeah, they come back and they were just like, oh man, he's back or whatever. Like, oh, he used to work right here, blah 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 blah, and they're apart. Like they keep in touch with everybody, but they're a different type of person.
Very different. And like I said, that mindset ain't for everybody. I just don't have that mindset. Like if I'm off, I don't want to be here. I'm not coming back here. I don't want to see none of y'all until I'm back at work. I don't want to talk to none of y'all until I'm back at work.
Oh man, I'm gone. Like I'm talking about dap, peace. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't talk to me once I'm clocked out.
Right. But it's like, so even with me, I was saying before, I don't feel like I belong in the world that I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, it's like I'm going to demand my respect. You're still not going to look down on me.
Yeah.
Like if you're a higher up, don't come around me talking to me like I'm small. I'll never be small. I'll slap the shit out you.
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Right. Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you, and we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. Hey, y'all. We back with another Tubi original. With Lil Rel in the mill.
Help!
You know what's funny? I had a prediction. I detoured from my prediction to follow your prediction, but both of our predictions were right.
What was your first one? I forgot your actual prediction of it.
I said I thought it was a simulator.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did.
I said, I think this is all a simulator. And you were like, this is all a metaphor for hard work. It's literally both.
Both of them. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. So what I wanted from this movie, I didn't get in the beginning. Remember, I told you I wanted a little bit of backstory, but it was just like straight in. I'm not saying it was bad because of it. I was just like, damn, like as soon as I saw him wake up there, I was just like, all right, no backstory. You know what I mean? Like he's just here.
It kind of made sense for them to do straight in, because if they had showed him getting set up with all of that, then that takes away from everything that happened in the movie.
Not even set up. I wasn't looking for that. I was just looking for the regular part of his life first, right? So I can see what he does with his family and how he treats his son, how he might put work over, his family, that just a little bit, just like maybe 15 minutes, right? And then out of nowhere, he wakes up in this environment or whatever.
Yeah.
That would have been cool with me or whatever. And because I felt like this movie took you through too many of the meal days. You know what I mean? Like him just pushing that thing over and over again every day. Now, it did give me a triggered feeling about work still. Like I did,
definitely.
If that's what they were trying to do, like I felt them. You know what I mean? Like,
but it
was never enough.
It's because that part was, so we had to get through maybe 20 minutes of this movie to get to the triggering feeling, because it is like the first 20 minutes, it seemed long. Like it was a lot of what's going on here, running around. It was a lot of that. The whole, they're dropping shit in the slot and him standing at the slot. It seemed like even that scene was too long.
Yeah,
it's like it seemed like a lot of the beginning could have maybe being cut back just to get us to. There was a lot of him being in a daze and wondering.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like, okay, now you're here. Now let's get to the shits. Like we've already established that you're here. You can't get out. Let's get to the shit. It was some semi-funny shit happening in there, but it was like it seemed long. But then we get to we see you're just working. All you're doing is working. That's it. Like you're literally just working. We got we got a bit of the background, but it was only like maybe 5 seconds when it shows him and his wife going to the house. Like, oh, they provided us with this house, and she's like, yeah, something's about to happen. And he's just like, I gotta work.
Yeah.
So it's like we got a glimpse of it, but I see what you say. We want to get the feeling of him putting his job before his family.
Yeah, just a little bit of it. I wasn't even asking for it because I know how movies are, but this dark space that he's in for this time is like it's hard to stretch that part out. They did a good job, but it's just like, man, like when you watching that, like if I was watching this at night, it would have been a wrap. I got tired. It was just it's too dark.
I watched it and I watched half of it. I fell asleep. I woke up the next day and watched the other half.
Yeah, it's just too dark, man. It's like it's not a lot going on. He's talking to this guy on the wall, so it's just real. You know what I mean? So it's real in this little space. What it's about, the hard worker that, no matter how much you do, it's not enough. And when you do too much, now it's like your quota is higher. Like they expect.
Now we expect that all the time.
Yeah, and it's like I like that part of it. You know what I mean? I like
that's real life.
That is real life. I like that message because no matter what you do, you can be like, man, I'm trying to be the top worker. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, be the top worker here and don't move nowhere else. Like we're not about to pay you more. We just expect more out of you.
We expect you to do what you did yesterday, which was even if you busted your ass. Now we expect that every day.
That pen with his name on it was equivalent to the pizza party. Me.
No, that was the equivalent to the pen with your name on it. That I got that at FedEx. I got that a couple of jobs I worked at where that's your reward. Like, oh man, you've been doing great. Here's a fucking FedEx watch.
Yeah, they get that nigga. His presence were to see his family through a screen.
Yeah.
Did that symbolize like oh man, like we're giving you a day off or a vacation or something like that? Like he was able to just see his family for like a split second.
I think it's it. I think that's the equivalent of to the hardworking man work 2 jobs. You go hard and then you get to see your son go to prom. But after he leave, you got to go back to work. It's like your job is your life. You take a glimpse to look at your family, but you're back at work. Like daddy's always at work.
Now to think about it, it's almost the equivalent of the breaks that we get. A little 15-minute break, 30-minute break to call your family, be like, hey, how you doing? I'm on break right now. Oh, I got to go back. You know what I mean? They cut your ass off or whatever because 8 hours. Some people working 10 hours. They just like, yeah, you get 30 minutes. I used to drive to the place to eat, get my food,
can't eat it,
come back to work. I eat it in the parking lot, like scarf it. 30 minutes ain't nothing.
It ain't shit. And I've had 30-minute lunches all my life. Now, well, my attitude when I was a teenager growing up, 30-minute lunches, I accepted it. But when I became a man, it was just like, I'm going to fuck my lunch is 30 minutes. I'm going to stay here and eat until I'm done.
Yeah.
Fuck what it is. That's just my attitude. But it is the equivalent of that. It's like all you do is work. All you do is what you're told for all of these hours for money you don't even see. You get a pat on the back. You did a good job. Tomorrow come in and go even harder.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else about the job that I feel like is for you at the end of the day. Like it's for the company. You know what I mean? You're pushing this meal or this whatever you want to call that thing. He's driving it around.
Sandwich and chips.
Or sandwiches, some chips from the job, but it's got all the logos on it. You know what I mean? And they try to make it seem like you're a part of the family at work, but you're not. You know what I mean? Like you're a stepchild, if anything. And they'll get rid of your ass in a second, or they'll punish your ass in a second. Like, oh, I'm gonna write you up. Like when they gave him those penalties, that's all right.
And it's clearly it's clearly how they see the people the people that do the real work in the company. That's how they're seen. You're just here to do the grunt work. all the people with the suits on and shit, the people that got to sell this product, the people that push around this product, shake hands, make deals with other people, they see you as the lowest.
Yeah.
Like you're underneath us, but you better work hard. It's I like how they did the angle, like when dude got his foot hurt, and then Rail was like, if we don't work, then nobody gets hurt. That's literally the truth. You are what makes that company, and people at the bottom don't understand that. And they showed how they could scare you at the same time. Like, well, if you don't work, then you the ones. Everybody that don't work getting fired. It's like they just that quick. They can change your mind to being like, fuck, we gotta work. Yeah. I can't lose my job. You gonna lose your job. I can't lose my job. Not understanding you are the fucking job. Like they can't. Nobody in them suits is gonna come out there and do what you're doing.
Absolutely not.
They're not gonna do that. But as long as they can get in your mind that you need them, then you're gonna keep working as if you need that job rather than working like this job needs me.
Right. Yeah.
That's the fucked up part, and that's the mindset of a lot of people at quote unquote the bottom. It's like they don't understand they're being seen that way. They feel like unless you're in a position like unless your life is so fucked up to where you really like I have this job or nothing.
Yeah.
I understand that angle, but if it's like what you're doing you could do somewhere else where you're appreciated, you got to understand that. You got to understand that you're an asset in that angle. Like they can't move without you, basically.
Yeah, no, I get that, but sometimes I be feeling like, man, like why even go deep into thought about like work and trying to make it seem like you want to be a part of the company and part of the family? It's about money to fund my life on the outside. Like to me, I look at work as like it's not reality, really. Like
that's how you should look at it.
Yeah, it's like I go in there. I know none of these niggas ain't my friends. Like I don't even talk about anything that I feel like I would talk to like a friend about. Like I can't tell you personal stuff. I can't tell you how I feel. You know, even though it's like we do sometimes, we get a little caught up and it's like, oh man, like, you know, you talk about your family, but it's like you still know that these people could care less about you getting there. You know,
you gotta have that line drawn. You gotta have that line drawn, like professional and work. Like you could even kick it with your coworkers, but it's like I always had an understanding when I'm gone, I'm fucking gone. If I see you out in public, I'll say what's up, but I don't like the niggas that come visit their old job. What are you doing?
That's the person that honestly I felt like they were either a part of the family or they were accepted, because some people are accepted as part of the family.
For sure.
Yeah, they come back and they were just like, oh man, he's back or whatever. Like, oh, he used to work right here, blah, 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 blah. And they're apart. Like they keep in touch with everybody, but they, you know, they're a different type of person.
Very different. And like I said, that mindset ain't for everybody. I just don't have that mindset. Like if I'm off, I don't want to be here. I'm not coming back here. I don't want to see none of y'all until I'm back at work. I don't want to talk to none of y'all until I'm back at work.
Oh man, I'm gone. Like I'm talking about dap, peace. You know what I mean? Like you can't talk to me once I'm clocked out.
Right. But it's like, so even with me, I was saying before, I don't feel like I belong in the world that I'm in right now. Even with that, it's like I'm going to demand my respect. You're still not going to look down on me.
Yeah.
Like if you're a higher up, don't come around me talking to me like I'm small. I'll never be small. I'll slap the shit out you.
That's crazy if you think about like the thought of a company. Like everybody's an adult, most likely. You know what I mean? Like you're here, you're over 21, whatever the case is, you're an adult. Some of these motherfuckers be low key talking to you like it's almost like I'm giving you a real punishment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you messed up again. We're gonna write you up. Like, oh, go see this person or go see that person. Like, y'all gonna let me go or what? Because I'm not going to see nobody.
Right.
Y'all mad?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That the balls they have to do that to the person that's making this company go is ridiculous, and they do that everywhere. They literally do that everywhere. It's like if I was to run a company, I'm gonna respect everybody as an adult. It's like we get it. There's tiers of where you work. There's tiers of where you work in the company, but we're still all adults here. I don't give a fuck what your job is.
Yeah.
Just because I put on a suit and you put on a fucking uniform don't mean I'm better than you.
Right.
Appreciation is everything and respect is everything. Once you cross that line of disrespect, anybody I work with know how I feel about being disrespected at work. It's just not something I tolerate. At the end of the day, it's like all you can do is fire me, but you ain't gonna talk to me like you fucking stupid.
Yeah, it go from work, like, you know, mama, your coworker, but it could go left. You my man.
ladies and gentlemen, Brian's calm on here, but at FedEx, I got Brian hired, and I seen that other side of I said, I didn't even know what was going on. I just heard the commotion.
It's funny because I was a young nigga, but I know when I got disrespected. And once I got disrespected, like it was a blow up, bro. Like I thought about hitting our manager in the face. I swear to God, I thought about hitting that little nigga in his face, bro. I walked away because I was like, I don't think this is gonna go well for me. You know I think I could be arrested if I hit this man in the face.
He was going to jail. He wanted to fight a driver and then the manager. It was about to be a two-piece combo.
The driver was about to get it.
The
driver was about to get it. That nigga was playing with me. He was playing with me too much.
But I'm saying that's the line. That's how they see you. They feel like they could talk to you like you little, and it's like that's as a human being. I ain't even gonna say as a man, as a woman too. It's like just respect is everything. We got to work here just like you got to work here. If this job ain't here, we both don't get paid. But that don't mean I'm like, oh, I have to be, oh Lord, what am I gonna do? It's just a job. I'll be all right. Don't fucking talk to me like you stupid though.
I'll go get another.
Won't be all right.
I'll just go get another job.
That's it.
For real with you. You disrespect me or I don't like something. I've been known to like just dip. I was like, I can't do this. I don't feel comfortable here anymore.
Yeah, I want you to fire me though.
Because
I'm gonna speak my mind. I know how to speak. I know how to speak professionally and get my point across. I don't have to nigga, bitch. I don't got to do none of that. I know how to speak professionally to let you know how dumb you sound. It's like you won't disrespect me. I don't even do white voice. I don't even do that. I talk like I talk right here. It's like you know how to speak with manners. Like that's how you approach just regular people in life. Like I know how to speak politely when it's necessary.
Right.
Like if I see an old lady at the grocery store, I'm yes ma'am, no ma'am. I just know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing ma'am to white people, but that's just a conscious thing for me. I'm not gonna do that. It's like but my approach is always my approach is always respectful. But this movie shows how they really see you, and then Rail gathering everybody at the end. It's like a union moment.
And it's always that one nigga that is a suck up, fucks up the whole thing. Like I ain't gonna be allowed. I'm not gonna do this. Y'all could do this, but I'm not. Fucked up the whole situation.
And that shit crumbled. The whole shit just crumbled. It's like it be happening like that. People be scared. People working these jobs and are literally scared of the boss. It just don't make. This is a job. This is a job.
People don't want to be homeless, man. People don't want to. If people feel like they got a good job, oh my God, you can get them niggas to do anything.
And that's scary. That sucks.
You can get them niggas to do anything because
that sucks.
No, most people don't have a hidden talent or something that they do on the side or whatever like that. Some people are just workers, and that's not a bad thing. But some people but have a job and that's it. That's their livelihood forever. They can't make money.
But it's like even in that, recognize what you're good at. Even in that, they know that this job wants to keep you for a reason. So it's like there's nothing to be scared of. If you lose that job, take those skills to another job.
Yeah.
Literally, like this ain't the end of the world. And I know it make it sound easy, like, oh, you just get a new job. No, it ain't that easy. But at the same time, if it came down to it, they'll fire you when they feel like it anyway. So it's like you got to think like that. You got to think like at any point they can find a reason to get rid of me. They can say lay off. They can say anything they want to. Even if you in a union, even if there is laws, they'll work around that shit to get rid of you if they want to. So it's like you got to have that mind state of I'm going to be all right regardless.
Yeah. And don't let it get too bad before you start looking for another job. Like feel a certain way. Oh, okay. I'm going to start looking now. You know what I mean?
Be prepared.
Don't try to look for a job when it's too late because that's when you start getting, you got to take pay cuts and, you start doing stuff that you don't want to do for money. You know what I mean? Like, get it early.
Yeah.
Treat it like a sickness.
Yep. Literally, yes. But so in this movie, we see Rails doing he clearly comes from the executives and he's down with the grunt workers now. Yeah. In the simulation. That's what he's dealing with. So he's kind of like this shit is impossible, but he's getting it done, but it's still impossible because it's like strenuous. You fucking yourself up.
Yeah. It was like every day it was just harder and harder for him. You know what I mean? It was almost like it was physically, harming him. You know what I mean? Like just like us, we don't know what working all of these years is doing to us physically until we get old.
I literally just discovered this week I'm sleep deprived. So I've been having to go to bed at 8 o'clock because I've been sleeping every day, maybe 4 hours and going to work.
Damn.
Because I get up at 3. It's like, when you go to bed, I'm not a go to bed early type nigga.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm laying down, I'm not going to sleep. So now I'm taking fucking melatonin so I can go to sleep by 8 o'clock and wake up at 3. I have to do it because I feel the sleep deprivation fucking my mind up. Yeah. I literally have to do that shit. So it's like what you said. You don't notice it until you notice it.
Right. You get older, and it's just like, I could swear if they did, like there's probably some studies and statistics somewhere saying like the working man dies at a certain age because of like how he lived his life. You know what I mean? Yep. Like he got up, worked every day, did labor every day, didn't get enough sleep, and he died early. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but there's got to be something there. You know what I mean?
It's definitely there because of the stresses. I told you there's only one job I stressed at, and I'll never do that shit again. Yeah. But it's like as a company owner, my focus will be on making every employee comfortable. There's no reason for an employee to work 40 hours a week if they can get the work done in 25.
Yeah.
If I have the power to say, once you guys get done, go home, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Once you're finished, go home. Your pay rate don't change. Once you finish, go home. Because it's like why have that? It's like you want people to be comfortable. You want people to be happy. It's like, why make them, you got to stay here till it's time to clock out. Mm-hmm. Why? Because that's what we're paying you for. That's a dumb ass. You're making the same amount of money, but your employee's happy. If you fucking end like if your employee could work from home, let them work from home. Like, why are you making them come in the office? It's just little stupid ass decisions people make.
I'm telling you, man, the word business is a dangerous thing, bro, because it's all about you getting somebody to work under you to pay them the smallest amount to get you the most money.
Exactly.
It's like, fuck those people. Really, like, if you think about it, there's millionaires running these companies. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with becoming a millionaire owning your own company, but there's no way I'm going to be a millionaire and be fair with my employees. It don't work like that.
It does though. It could,
but there's no way a business owner is going to own something and be just like, I'm gonna split all of this money with my employees because I like them that much. Like, no, I'm gonna make you work the most hours for the littlest pay because that's how it is. That's what you got to do to run a business. It'll drain you. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm hiring another one.
You know what's even colder though? What's even colder about everything we're saying? It's not necessarily the owner that makes the workers work harder.
The managers and the supervisors. The
people that are there to see the ground floor, those are the ones who are calling those shots. The owner don't give a fuck. As long as my bank account keep filling up, I don't give a fuck how y'all do the business down there. That's how the owner thinks. That's how every owner that's just on the beach all day, he ain't thinking like, I wonder if the niggas clocked out at 8 today. Like, he ain't thinking of no shit like that. The owners don't give a fuck. As long as the work is being done, that's all the owner give a fuck about. The owner give a fuck if you came in 1 week, did all your work in 15 hours. Yeah. And you got paid for the week. You've done your job for the week. It's like it'd be the ones on the ground. It'd be the ones when the owner comes in town, the ones that panic and be like, the owner's here. He be them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tuck my tail and hide because I don't give a fuck. He's the owner. Yes, I'm gonna speak to him respectfully. Any job I worked at, when the owner's there, you would think we known each other for years because I'm gonna speak to them respectfully. That's how they want you to talk to me. Right. I talked about taking shots of tequila with the owner's wife in my other job, and she just laughed. It was a white lady. She just laughed and was like, "You got any limes?" It's like it's like they respect you if you respect them. Now, if you tucking your tail and hiding and sweeping areas you don't fucking normally sweep on a regular day, it's like they gonna point your ass out. Like, look at this nigga.
It's like it's the school mentality though. It's like, remember the principal used to come in the class, everybody sit up straight.
Yeah.
Principal was coming in like, yo, relax. What do y'all do? Nobody was doing nothing.
That shit works for kids because your parents could technically whoop your ass. You're an adult at work. Ain't shit gonna happen to you
at all. You might get let go.
ain't That's it. But that's the worst it's gonna get. And the
At the
owner
same
ain't
time,
letting you go if you ain't did your work.
and they gotta have a reason. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers can't just fire you just because on the day. Like you know, most likely you'll get a warning. But you know, by the time it gets to that point, just like I said, be looking for something else.
Right. That's it. It's like you make your life a lot more easier if you realize the reality in it. You're not nobody's child. You're a parent that goes to work for your children. You don't become a child when you clock in, and don't let nobody talk to you like that or treat you like that.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think the main message in this, well, not the main one, but one of the messages was you don't have to do nothing. You could leave.
Literally.
At any
Literally,
time.
it's funny. It's funny. All the shit he put up with,
Mhm.
and the words that brought him out was "I quit."
That's when he realized that it was a simulation and he was being trained just in a different way. You know what I mean? Like they were training his mentals through the computers. You know what I mean? Like the algorithm or whatever. You know what I mean? All of the stuff that was happening was really him. Like he put himself through all of that.
And this is what's crazy. The craziest part, and the reason why I'm not really a fan of the ending. He went through all of that, and just because they told him he got a promotion and more money, he was willing to stay.
Yeah, once he realized that
they hit us with the I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down. No, you're not, nigga. You're an employee for life. You signed the NDA without even reading it.
Yeah. For real. For real. Like that's what hit to me the most, just that part. I think the movie could have ended at "I quit." And then he went back to his regular desk, and that would have been it. All of that other you know, we just wanted to test these things out on you, and him going to his desk. I'm not saying that they was unnecessary. I'm just saying if they would have been like, "I quit," and he realized like that's the message, just like, you know, you can quit. That's it. You can get
I think I would have liked the ending if it was what I assumed it was. Because it was like he comes back to reality. It's the same white dude that he beat up, telling him about the job, telling him about his promotion, telling him you're going to this higher level, telling him everything like that he's receiving just for going through this training.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when he went into that room, no windows, it looked like a fucking closet.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be locked in, and now you got to do more strenuous work. Yeah. Now from an office level, like that's what I thought they were going to do, but they didn't. It just ended with him looking in the camera saying, "I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down." Like how, why, and when? You already signed this. You signed this agreement already. Like why? You've accepted the job for life, like dude said.
They literally they turn because one. I don't know what I did. It's like a person can hate a job so much, right? As soon as they turn you into one of them. It's like all of that shit that you went through didn't happen. You ever see a nigga that became supervisor act like he never was one of us?
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Boy.
Like, nigga, you was just here. This nigga, not only did he do that, he got to the point to where it was just like they told him, it was like, you can't tell anybody about this process. So it's just like, so when people come in, they gotta go through all the hard shit that you went through mentally. Because of, you know what I mean, like you signed the paperwork now, so now you done forgot about all of that. You like, oh yeah, let these niggas go through that. Like niggas be bitches low key. It's just like, no nigga, you went through it too. Like let me know what I'm getting myself into. No, I'm not.
I literally have seen that change up on a couple occasions, and I'm just looking like you can't, like there's logically you can't change up that fast. It'd be like overnight. It'd be like now your chest is out. You walking around me like you want to tell me something to do now. Like just that fast. You're a higher level than me now. You looking down at me.
We was just talking.
I'm not gonna accept it. You ain't gonna talk to me, stupid. But I've seen it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that to me though.
Yeah. There was plenty of that. There's plenty of pieces of, I guess, the ending that could have, you know, you could take it any way. You could take it as he became one of the people, and he's okay with that now since he's the higher up. He wants to do that to people, and he changes on people. It could have been, you know, he accepted all of that just to burn it down, or could have, you know, you could take it as you can always just quit your job. You don't have to put yourself through all of that. It could have went so many different ways. You know what I mean?
But he signed the contract.
He did. He signed it just to that last part was just it hung on a little bit too long. But I get it. I get why they did it. Like, because they were talking about it earlier. Like, man, I should have burned. I think it was Alex that said it's like, man, I should have burned this place down. So he said, I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down.
Because Rail said it too. Rail was like, because when he was like, when dude was like, Alex got away, he was like, why didn't Alex just come back and burn this motherfucker down?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It wasn't too preachy. Like Rail in these roles is just funny because of his voice. I think he's a decent actor. I didn't dislike him in this, but it was hard to like take a lot of the dialogue seriously because of like, you know, hey, please do something. Like it sounds like it's trying to be funny or whatever. But but I feel like he, they got the message across. To me, I feel like it was just a little the work part. The work part could have been shortened, and they could have added a little bit more in the beginning of like backstory about how he treats his job or how the job.
They for sure got the point across.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they for sure got the point across. I just wish, I think like you said, some of the meal scenes dragged. Some of the lingering scenes could have been cut shorter. It seemed like it was a lot of it. It seemed like it was a lot for him to start working at the mill. Like he's warming up too much. Like, all right, get this motherfucker going already. Like, this ain't even the main part of everything. Right. Or it'll be like it'll show him drink the last of the water. He keeps looking at the water bottle. He's examining the chips. He's examining the sandwich. It's like it seemed long. It seemed like long for real. Maybe they did it on purpose because that's how work seems.
Yeah.
But still, man, in a movie setting, it was a lot.
Like these movies, and I said this about another movie, like these movies could be short films. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to drag it out to like, different angles of him pushing the meal. Like who asked for all of that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like show me what's going on. I get it. All right, let's move on. This movie, it wasn't long. It was just like those parts dragged it. And it was like, you're in this one.
Oh no, the movie was long too.
It's just like, you're in this one location this whole time. Like, let's do something. Like either shorten it up or add pieces of the past so I can, we can go back and forth with it. I'm trying to think. It was one. How do you feel about? I don't know who this movie was directed by yet. I'm gonna find that out as soon as my internet decides to work. How do you feel about some of these movies that like be like I don't know if you ever seen, was that White House Down with Jamie Foxx, and the nigga started kicking the dude and was like, "Don't touch my Jordans." And it's like, this one he was just like, "I ain't about to do this. I ain't about to piss in my Jordans." And it was just like, I'm like, but why did they do that to us? Like, did a white man write that? And it was like something just like, black people like their Jordans. You don't step on Jordan. Now, what are you worried about? If you're in this dungeon, you worried about your shoes? Black people worry about their shoes in those kind of situations.
There's literally no logic to him worrying about those fucking Jordans. Yet the Jordans were destroyed when you woke up in dirt.
Like the guy that directed this, Sean King O'Grady. King O'Grady sounds like a black man, but I don't know.
No, sure. That sounds like an Irishman.
O'Grady, King O'Grady. They don't show his face. But yeah. Anyway, no, he's white. But yeah, I just thought that was funny part. But you want to get to the ratings, or do you have anything else to say about because
we can get to the rating. I think we talked enough. It's more. We understood the metaphor, so they got that point across for sure.
The movie's about a nigga. If you want the recap, the movie is about a guy that is pretty much caught in this simulation. He's literally working himself to the bone, to death, in a circle, pushing this wheel, that's heavy as wheel, every day, and his quota keeps on rising depending on of his if he reached it for the day. If he went too far, that's where his quota is. So if he went around the circle 300 times and the quota was only 100, next day they're gonna expect him to do 300. You know what I mean? And
it's literally everything. The main metaphor. Everything seems strenuous. Everything seems like I have to do this or I'll die, rather than just simply saying I quit. And that's the mind state everybody has. Like when they give you something at your job you don't like doing, you don't want to do. It's just like complain, complain, complain when you could just quit.
Yeah. Determination in this movie was death. So it's just like, are we,
they didn't even say that though. They never said determination was death. They just said you'll be terminated. And he assumed it was death because he heard the screams.
They were screaming like super loud. So who knows what that really was? I assume that it was death. Like when people die, like they get terminated, they die. It could have been terminated and go home. Like he didn't know. You know what I mean? He didn't know. Just imagine he got terminated and was like, no, don't kill me. And he wake up at the desk. Like, you know what I mean? Like giving that nigga his papers. But yeah. Anyway, rating season.
Let me pull it up. I'm over here chilling like I don't need to see it.
Damn, I'm really stuck on this one. Now I think about it, like trying to rate it. I was like, I didn't really think about how I can rate it because I'm like, was it? I'm thinking about the production. I think that we usually rate the production pretty high on movies like this because it's shot well. But I'm like, this was in one space,
right?
You know what I mean? Like,
it still has to be seen.
Yeah. So
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it right. Right.
I thought you were about to give it a I was like, oh.
No, I ain't scandalous.
So I will give it a right. So
I almost gave it a regular right for the story because of the ending, but that's kind of based on reality too. And I didn't think that until you brought up the fact that niggas get promotions and switch like they were never on the ground with you. Yeah. Literally, niggas would night and day your ass. Niggas would be out kicking it with you on Monday, get the promotion Tuesday, come in Wednesday like, man, ain't your break over? And niggas would literally go to that shit like that fast. So him, while it's like he went through hell, you come back from hell, you can't even get a grasp from reality. They already throwing all of this. You got a new car, you got a new house, we give you more money. All you got to do is sign this paper.
Hit that nigga with the was that Dr. Dre from The Wash? It was just
yes.
Get back to work.
Yes, that fast. Yeah. Niggas would do that fast.
It was just like, come on, man. Let's, I don't want to get your ass fired. Like, no, you can't fire me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. we supposed to be boys. Like, I get it. I'm gonna respect your position, but don't start acting strange.
Right. And it's funny because it's funny because I seen that and I was the guy who got the promotion to supervisor. And the pressure you get from the people above you when you're supervisor, you can either crumble or you can stand on your ground. And I was more of the stand up. It's like you couldn't come visit my warehouse and I'm the supervisor and tell me what the people under me is doing wrong. I'm going to speak up for them rather than being like,
absolutely,
get over there and do that. I was never like, anybody that worked under me would tell you like, nah, he wasn't like that. Like, and the managers above me didn't like that. Like, he ain't barking orders. It's like, nigga, I know what they do daily. I've been there, so I'm not going to turn around and be like, you ain't doing this fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's that sucker shit. But I've seen the niggas that do that, get that promotion, automatically switch. I knew a nigga that got a promotion and joked about giving us a write-up. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Right. Like, yo, chill out, bro. Like, that ain't funny.
And that nigga got a promotion to a lead. Like, nigga, you don't even have power in your promotion. You are a lead. You talking about, oh, we're gonna have to write you up. Shut the fuck. I'll slap the shit out you and say, fuck this job. Don't play with me like that. Niggas, I don't give a fuck about write-ups, but still don't play with me like that.
$1.50 ahead of you, like, nigga, I'm the king of the world. When they're like, yo, like, nigga, and niggas do not respect. I've said this before. at work, like I just feel like we as a department should stick together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like something happens on the outside, don't start pointing fingers at people. It's us.
Mm.
No, we fucked up. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, don't be like,
Yeah.
oh, Brian did
Mm-hmm.
that. I'll talk to him. Like, no, don't do that. It's like, oh yeah,
Don't do that shit at all.
let's get some weeds up in there. Like, we'll get it back. You know what I mean? Like, we'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
stop pointing fingers. It's like, yo, this ain't a. I ain't saying let's be a family, but we are a department. We are one. Like, if I fuck up, I fucked up everybody's shit. They looking at my whole department. You just pointing me out. That makes you look stupid too.
It's whack as fuck because it's like they do that, but then when it's just us, you want to try to build some kind of bond or relationship with crack jokes and shit. But then when your boss come around, now you strict and now you want to point out little stupid shit to impress him. Now keep that same shit going. When that nigga leave, it is what it is. Don't crack no jokes over here. Don't come over here wanting to be my friend. I didn't watch nothing last night. Nigga, don't ask me shit about nothing but work. Fuck out my face.
Play me one time. That's all I need.
That's all I need. That's all I need. Your ass is in a box.
Play me one time. Go, what up? What up, B?
How you doing?
I'm here for working. What's
yeah.
Up? Like,
that's it. Like,
no.
you drawn that line. You have drawn that line for me, nigga. I don't even have to do it.
Yeah. That's like, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Cause that's the fucked up thing. It's like as a fucking human being, you should understand what human beings are going through.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to change up. Nobody wants to see you. The owner's not coming around and want to see you barking orders. The owner want to come around and see that his company's running smooth. That's all he give a fuck about.
It, man. People don't know how to be the lead. The lead is not just delegating and barking orders at motherfuckers. It's literally
the lead literally has no power. You know what the lead is? The lead is a walkie-talkie for the supervisor when the supervisor's not there. And a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that. You hold no power. You can't send nobody home. You can't write nobody up. You're like the you know, when the teacher got to step out and they tell the kid like stand up in front of the class. Yeah. You're that. You don't hold no power in this motherfucker. That's what a lead is. Supervisor has the power to do that, but niggas get one little sense of authority and flip. If they believe I can be in charge, they flip, and that's sucker shit.
Niggas will put the lead in their signature on their email.
Hey, I was doing that, man, because I had to. Don't get at me like that. I had to, man. Don't do that.
It was like lead technicians. It's like, man, you a tech.
Yeah. But I knew what it was. The thing is, I knew what it was. I came to another job with all of the background experience of a supervisor, so I knew the ins and outs. So it's like I come in here, same respect that I gave at any job I worked at. But once I see somebody else flip it, it's like, nah, nigga, calm that shit down.
Call me senior something. I prefer that. It's like senior technician, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, like lead.
At the end of the day, it don't mean shit. I work here. That's all I tell people on the outside. I'm the lead here. Nah, I work here.
These. I ended the last one like that too.
So as far as the movie goes, it definitely sparked the conversation, and it's great to show what people do on a day-to-day if they're oblivious to what they do.
Yeah.
Don't go harder than necessary. Don't well, I can't say that. If you get passionate in what you do, then do it. But if you're working hard and feeling like a slave, or you feel like you're being disrespected, wake up to that shit. That feeling is real.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to be in that mind state of I don't know what I can do. I'm stuck here. I'm lost. You're never stuck. You're never lost. You got a whole life to live. You could be doing something else. I don't give a fuck what it is. You could be doing something else.
Absolutely. Stress could kill you. Don't let your job stress you out. Don't let nobody stress you out that don't give a fuck about you for real.
Straight up. Them niggas don't really give a fuck about it. You ever been sick or had one of your kids sick and you had to stay home and the supervisor asks you about it and you tell them about your son being sick? They be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So when can you come back? They literally don't give a fuck what you're going through.
No, they don't give a fuck that you got a family.
No.
They got a family. You know what I mean?
All that shit don't mean nothing.
Like, you gonna make it in when you come back. You know what I mean? Like I pray that, you know, if I'm having a job, right, and it's like something happens to somebody close to me, and they don't understand, they just like, well, when can you come back? Nigga, I'm quitting on spot.
Yeah, it's like it ain't nothing gonna stop you from doing that.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck you. How about
Because
that?
I can't even look at you the same. I can't even look at it. All the respect that I did have for you is gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, this movie did spark a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, I'd recommend it for the working class individual. It's a decent watch. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I wasn't fucking with the ending, but then just you bringing up the whole supervisor thing is now I get it.
Yeah, another reason why I just didn't give it a grade because I felt like it dragged it dragged a little bit, like the storyline. I was just like it, and I wish it would have kind of started in the beginning. So that was it. That was just my own little gripes and opinion. It was fine. I just couldn't give it. It wasn't great. But
I kind of forgave it while we were talking about it because it was long, but that's how it feels at work sometimes. Sometimes it feels like, nigga, we only been here for 30 minutes. It feel like we've been here for 6 fucking hours. You know what I mean? It's long. The scenes are long. Maybe I hope it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back. Let us know how y'all felt about the movie. Drop your comments below, and we will be everywhere if you there.
Pieces.
Don't work too hard.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.